WIFTV-PM. WIFTV-PM. WIFTV-PM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, or you can find them online at solobeauty.com.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
WIFTV-P.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of with Dawn Millhouse.
Hey, good morning, sunshines. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
Good morning, Esco.
Good morning.
Good morning, sunshines. You have turned the page. You have officially turned the page with the Book of Dawn. Welcome to Monday. Today is a cool Monday, and we got to sing it to you. Why, Lisa? Do you remember the 21st night of September? Na, 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 day. And then go into your Eddie Murphy voice. How about it did you? The Pootie Tang is in the building. Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media. It is September 21st, and Earth, Wind, and Fire is one of our
That's what we'll come out of our
groups.
First break with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Do you remember that song, Esco?
The Taylor Swift version? I'm just kidding.
She's like, now that's one of those classic wedding songs that people get married on that day, and they play it like.
Nah, leave it alone.
But you've heard of Earth, Wind, and Fire, right?
Yes,
she's trying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brazilian Rhyme is my favorite.
Look, she's heard of it because of the sampling. But it's okay. She's our baby. Hey, listen, before we get started, I just want to shout out one of our top fans for sending us these super cool mugs. You see that? What did you say, Lisa? Camera 3. It says, hashtag, what's in it for the black people media, wooftabum, as I call it. And on the other side, it has all the names of the shows.
Yes.
It's so stinking cool. You see that? So Mace Jackson just said what he said, and now the Book of Dawn, and then Triggered, and I said what I said, and Mua Kills World, and On the Soil, and Chicago Famous. So I'm thinking if you want to buy one of these, hit us up and we'll let you know how, because right now they are only for the ladies.
Yes.
They're only for the ladies in the What's in It for the Black People meeting, not the boys.
Maybe we'll include them at some time.
And so tomorrow, if we sip, you have to guess what's in my cup.
Yep.
And
That's a good idea.
Most of you probably already know what'll be in my cup.
And mine's basic. Now, can I show our other?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
oh my God. So, is Sonia on right now? I freaking love this. Now, I'm like a little kid. You don't have to wine and dine me for me to get excited. Dawn's like, look what I got, presents. I am so excited. This, camera 3, you see it says, get Book of Dawn. And it's got me, Donnie, and Sonia, and, Esco, whose name, I know. And look at this. She made my butt look really good.
Mine
on here.
too.
I
I'm
know.
feeling it.
Sonia, could you come and do that?
See,
like, yeah.
in real life.
In real life, holding our drinks. I love this. Book of Dawn. So, of course, I will be sporting this from now on with all my gear and my headphones
baby.
and everything.
Why get Hermes when you can get
love
Sonia's
it.
creations? Amen.
When I saw this just made my whole entire week. I love
your
it.
booty does look good on there, Lisa.
My butt does, and she did my
you look
and the
thick.
hair. That's my haircut. Yeah, but I want it to be thick, not like
You
because
wanna
I'm
be
back
slim
working out.
thick.
Yeah, and especially watching us now on here, it's like making me. The more I watch our videos, is making me work out even more, which is good. It's making me. I've been doing way more aerobics. I'm walking way more now, so.
I like
You'll
that.
see me decreasing. I'm not doing before and after stuff. I'm just decreasing. I just, I don't like bringing light to it, but man, that made my day. But that bag just made my whole week.
She is really stoked about it.
I was like, she showed it to me. I was like, look at us. I was so like a little kid.
Girl, Mama, we made it. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Listen, we're going to talk about sex in the 10 o'clock hour with Gina. Yeah, that might be interesting, right?
I know.
Because, it's a lot of sex happening because people are stuck
Not
at
with
home.
me, but yeah, with everybody else. Maybe.
Amen.
Yeah.
That part. And then we're going to talk about some great hot topics. The Emmys happened this weekend or yesterday, and there's some history that was made.
Yes.
And then a really moving story with one of our favorite guys, the only guy I think we know that has a landing strip on his own property. And what else are we talking about today, Lisa?
We have drama. We got, divorce drama. And, I like that we kind of report it. We're not, you and I both are non-judgmental. I mean, we judge a little bit, but, we'll let everybody else put their comments. We're just kind of putting it, giving you this nice, you're back to work and giving you this water cooler talk. It's early and we want to have you just have some fun today. So,
and guess what? It's going to be nice all week.
Oh no, it's going to be like 75 today.
It's going to be like 75 all week, right?
I know. I'm going to go get my pedicure tomorrow.
And no rain until like the weekend. So we might be the only people on What's in It for the Black People Media that are sharing the weather with you. So you can wear white this week, white pants, white shirt.
That's you.
White tee. Hey G, hi G. Never mind.
I like white. I like white shoes, like gym shoes, but
sneakers. Right, here we go again. It's already early in the morning. It's already early in the morning, and she's telling me to wear gym shoes.
With our mugs, as we guess a sip, welcome to Coffee Talk. We will give you yet another subject to talk about. And before we go to commercials, we'll be a little verklempt, so talk amongst yourselves.
Listen, this is the Book of Dawn. What's in it for the Black People Media? And after us today is Milwaukee Hills World. So I would tell you to keep it locked, but I'm going to tell you don't change the channel.
Yeah.
Right?
Just leave it locked for the whole day.
For the entire day.
I mean, you have a computer. Most people have computers. They have either a laptop, they have a desk computer, a laptop, or an iPad, an iPhone, or
an Android, like a real phone.
And then you can watch stuff. You can put it up on your smartphones and smart TVs. You can watch us on TV and eat popcorn and binge watch us.
And you can watch last week with all those exciting guests.
Yeah.
Or you can tune in all this week because, baby, it's gonna be some singing in here this week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. We are going to take a break. You are listening to the Book of Dawn. Oh yeah, wait, karaoke. Let's go. We're going to commercial. We're gonna sing it out.
Yeah. Fantasy is my song though.
Listen.
Do you remember?
The 21st night of September.
Hey, she knows the word.
Tipping on the tippy top.
Banana, watermelon.
Remember, today. Party on. That part. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
WIFTBPM.
I was going to ask you, so, growing up, did you ever have an old racist family in your neighborhood? Did you have one live next to you or one down the street? Just somebody's house that you know on the block, you didn't want to go nowhere near that house. The neighbor who was directly behind us had a real problem coming outside seeing my white mother and my black father.
We got us the gun line.
This dude built an 8-foot fence, more like 10 foot.
So he put up the Huck Finn joint.
Exactly. That shit looked like a castle. You know, my dad, he's a big guy, football player guy. My dad guy who walks over there.
Old school
and then
black.
he's like, yo, I don't appreciate these apples in my yard. He's like, motherfucker, we don't even have an apple tree. These are your apples.
You like apples?
Your kids are throwing apples over here. Okay, there's that little space, but there's still a fence. So they're right there looking at each other.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
And I said something like, yeah, Dad. And that dude said, shut up, you little monkey. Leroy stuck his hand over the fence.
You're gonna die, clown!
Grabbed dude by the neck.
Run.
And proceeded to pull him halfway over this fence. Like, finish him. Mrs. Wheeler comes running out. Oh, Leroy, don't do that. It's not worth it. Blah, blah, blah. My dad was getting ready to kill this dude. And within 6 months, that guy moved away.
Don't cross the gun line, boss.
Right, the gun line, boss.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
I'm sorry. I forgot I was on, and I got to get my face right. Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. One of these comments, I'm trying to multitask. One of these comments just threw me. I'm not sure how we got there, but okay. I won't even say the name, but you know who you are because I just hit the ha button. Good morning, happy Monday, Emmys award. Look, Lisa, you're the super producer. Esco, you the lady. I want an Emmy. Can I? Or is that not this right?
We might be
different
able to get
award
one.
show.
No, but we can still get it. Hey, plus we're going to be on TV, so technically we're on smart TVs. So
New category.
Hey,
Yeah, I want that next year. Can we make that happen?
Yeah. Digital space counts.
I put it into God. You heard me. I put it out there. I want that. Yeah. How about that? Wouldn't that be dope? So tell me.
Well, speaking of, putting it out there, and this is, we want it now, but this took a long time coming. But one of my favorite humans in life, people that know me, saw my posters growing up and my cutouts and seeing that I used to make my friends watch Delirious on VHS every single time they came over to our house and then rewind it. So Eddie Murphy, for those that don't know, Eddie Murphy, 4 decades after being on Saturday Night Live, he took home his first Emmy last night. He was awarded for guest actor. I know. It was his first, right, for outstanding guest actor in a comedy series for his appearance on Saturday Night Live, which was hilarious. And that was like the first time he hosted in 35 years. That was in December 2019. And so he was speaking, of course, virtually from his home. He expressed gratitude, saying, thanks to everybody for giving me an Emmy. No, this is 40 years since I started. This is my first Emmy. Thank you so much. He also wanted to thank SNL creator Lorne Michaels for putting the whole thing together.
I got a few. There's a few. There's a 1 or 2 pages or maybe a whole chapter in the Book of Dawn about Eddie Murphy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never got to meet. He's one part. And when I met Charlie Murphy, his brother, I
Charlie
wanted to be
and
like,
Uncle
"Do you know how
Ray."
much I love your brother?" But I didn't say that because I didn't want to be disrespectful to. And Charlie was so cool. We hung out for like the whole morning. But I was like, "If you just know that your brother is like my favorite person."
True story. I meet Eddie Murphy, right? I'm probably 19. Couple stories. But this is a true story. I meet him, I'm 19. He's like, "You are adorable." I'm like, "Thank you." Like, yeah, I know it's Eddie Murphy and he's crazy funny, but he's like my height. And I mean, he handsome, but I'm not checking for him because I'm on something else, right? So we exchanged numbers. Obviously, it was my home number because I only had a beeper, but no cell phone. But beeper, pager, whatever. I'm not a doctor, but I play one in a TV show. Listen, so he has my home number, which I can say now because it was 955-2950. I remember all our phone numbers. So he calls, we chat, whatever. He knows my address. I'm a waitress at a restaurant that is where Walgreens is on 55th Street, called Hemingway's. I'm waiting tables. He calls the house. My mom says she's at work. And he says, "Where does she work?" And she tells him where I work. He comes to my job.
Wait, so he's in Chicago
He's in
still.
Chicago. And he comes to my job in this super stretch limo. That's when super stretch limos were the bomb.
Right. You were like,
he's parked in, if anybody's familiar with Hyde Park, where the Walgreens is, the entrance of the Walgreens used to be the entrance of the restaurant.
You talking about the one on by Lake Park there?
Lake Park. Because the entrance of Walgreens, that whole space was divided in half. So the restaurant was half and Walgreens was on the entrance was on the 55th Street side and in the garden area.
Okay.
Eddie comes to my job. I'm 19 years old and I think I'm banking. Like I have quit college. I'm making $200 in tips a day. I think I made it. You know what I'm saying? This man coming to my job. So he calls the restaurant and my boss, Angela, says, "Dawn, you have a phone call." And I'm like, "Hello?" And he's like, "Hey." I'm like, "Hey, who
Wait,
is?"
he calls first?
He calls the restaurant.
Okay.
Inside. He's outside though.
Oh, okay.
"Hey, who's this?" "This is Edward Regan Murphy." "Huh?" I said, "Yeah, I'm at work." Look, I'm at work. He says, "I'm outside." But I'm at work. Mind you, again, I'm making $200 on a good day at a restaurant in Hyde Park. Eddie Murphy's outside in a limo. Long story short, we become friends.
So did he come inside?
He did come in.
And what did
he
the
come
people
and I left
say?
work that day.
And did they give you did people start praising you differently? Like,
No.
"Dang,
I'm a bomb waitress. Like I didn't need his help for that. I'm good serving. I'm wait tables. You can make a lot of money waiting tables. Just in case anybody wanted to ever be disrespectful about a server, don't sleep on them.
Right.
They getting some money.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story. Met him, hung out with him, ended up taking one of our friends. Didn't believe that I knew him. He came every time he came to Chicago. We hung out. He had a big event at his house in Jersey at Bubble Hill. I took her there, and she was just like, she couldn't even talk. He said to me, "Does she speak or is she mute?" It was hilarious. But Vernon,
and that was before you and I met. Because if I would have known all that, I would have been like, "Take me," because I wonder if he still thinks I'm adorable. We can get him on the show.
Let's figure that out.
I have I think some of his cousins' numbers from Charlie, like some of Charlie's people. So,
but here's the thing: 40 years later, come on, that's so. Is that like? Did you do that because you owed it to him, or were you trying to get ratings? Because he should have had several Emmys at this point. I mean, Eddie's hilarious, and his movies are hilarious. Not all of them, but the fat one, Norbert.
Yeah.
What's that one called? Mr. the Clumps. That's him, right?
Well, no, he did play Norbert. That's a separate one.
Yeah,
but then the Clumps meet the Clumps. Yeah, but speaking of other people that I was so glad that got recognition, Tyler Perry.
About time.
So Tyler Perry won the Governor's Award honor, which I'm going to let you talk a little bit in a second. But before that, he about a week and a half ago, he was officially declared a billionaire by Forbes magazine. And I am so excited. He does so much. He's under construction right now for his estate in Atlanta, which will feature a horse farm and an airport.
Baller.
And it includes, the estate is like 35,000 square foot, built on 1,200 acres near Atlanta. It's going to have a lap pool, organic farm with horses, and the runway for his, jet to take off. But he's such a giving person. I'm going to let you speak. I knew Tyler when he first started. I had to, back when I worked, they wouldn't really let, a lot of times for comedians and authors, they didn't really have set prices for advertising, so they wanted like a flat fee for them to come on. And at that time, like, I was like, well, he's just starting. He was, I believe, like, I don't know if it was the Eric Crown for the first Tyler Perry play. And I was like, this guy's going to be big. And I had to literally argue with the radio station, got him on for his very first play. And it's like, he's a doll, but he's been a doll ever since. He stays humble. And the stuff he does, flying people in the jet, when there's been problems and emergency things, he's come to so many people's defense. He looks at humans. He has been there for so many people, and he's just a great guy. And
he is a great guy. I'm gonna say a little bit about him, but then when we come back from the break, I want to share a story that I think resonates well with our experiences here. But Tyler has a foundation. You guys know our family has a foundation as well, a charitable foundation, and I think the Governor's Award was left out of last year's Emmys and brought back this year. Not certain why, but they talked about Oprah, a philanthropic beast, and Chris Rock being the ones to present him with the award. Obviously, they're friends, but they have worked with him in community. The Governor's Award is awarded to a foundation that actually does impact lives. I could probably get one for that too. So that's two I want. I want the one for the charity, Millhouse Charities, and I want one for the show. The show, at the same time. Ooh, then I can take home two. But I want to tell you about a story he shared. Hello?
God, is that you answering already? Wow, ask
That's
for something else, Dom.
Right.
That's the Emmys on the list.
Say it, put it out there, and he will do it. Amen. Right. Listen, stay with us.
Oprah calling
You're
me.
listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Stay with us. I want to tell you about this story Tyler talked about that is so true about what we're doing right now. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Is that when we're here?
Yep. We're
Monday
here
through Friday.
Monday through Friday, 9 to 11.
And if you were supposed to be at work at 9 o'clock, you're late. Get there. We'll be right back.
WIFTV PM.
He is joining Chicago famous Mr. Rick Party.
I remember meeting the Brat before she was big. We were going to Jack the Rapper conference in Atlanta.
Jack the Rapper again.
So she's sitting, waiting for a plane. She got her braids in her hair, got her overalls on, and she saw me walk up to the gate. She's like, Rick's Party, oh my God! She's doing all of that. I said, well, who are you? She goes, I'm the Brat. I'm a new rapper from the, I live on the West Side. I'm with So Def. I'm about to meet Jermaine Dupri. I did some on Chris Cross's song. I think it was it The Bomb or something like that? Or
Right.
Yeah. She did some on there. So that was my introduction to her. So she would come back to my show every now and then and help me introduce the Coke Top 99. I remember we played a home jam and had people judge her song, right? And some people like, it's all right, it's okay. And she's like, yo,
Wow.
Straight West Side, man. It was crazy.
Straight West Side.
Yeah, so.
Chicago famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Are you curious to explore the intellectual currents that channel our thoughts and frame our reality? Have you ever meditated for relaxation and accidentally discovered the universe in the process? These matters and many more you may never have even thought of will be yours to explore as you come with me into Muwakil's world. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson, and I'm running for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I will never give up on inclusion and equality, prison reform, reduced property taxes, and economic opportunity for all. I want to get to know your neighborhood and the problems that you face every day. And I want to serve every man, woman, and child in the state of Illinois. A vote for me is a vote for you.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
WIFTV.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We are talking about hot topics, and the hottest topic right now are the Emmys, the award show last night. And before we talk about some other interesting happenings at the Emmy, I just want to share this story. Tyler Perry, when accepting his award, talked about obviously his gratitude for the award, but he mentioned a quilt that his grandmother made and how he thought it had no value. For many years, he was just like, it's a quilt, whatever. He said that when the dog got wet, he dried the dog off with the quilt. He really disregarded it, as we often do before we understand the story behind the person or the thing, right?
Right.
And so, to make the long story short, he was somewhere, saw a quilt, and the lady at a store said to him, this quilt represents this lady's life and legacy. And so all the patches or pieces in the quilt were pieces of her life that happened. And he said at that moment he felt an extreme amount of guilt, because it wasn't until that moment he realized that the quilt that he used to dry a wet dog had more value than he thought. He said that he had difficulty accepting it or embracing it because he didn't feel like it looked like something that mattered, or that it didn't look like what people thought it should look like. And it gives you a self-reflective moment of we overjudge ourselves. Exactly. And often we feel like we don't look like we should. Personally, as I age, next year I'll be double nickels. As I age and the one gray pops out or a face mark, I almost panic. But my story's still my story, and it's rich with experience. And so what he did say that I feel like resonates with our media group, What's in It for the Black People Media Group. He said that we're sewing our own quilt with our own experiences, our own thoughts, our own behaviors. And so we're building a platform. And these shows, the programming here, and this experience is a quilt in the history of us, which is legacy. It's like it'll be the history of our children, and a much greater history overall for this platform. I thought that was pretty neat.
That was well
deep,
said.
but
Look
I'm
at
sorry.
you. I'm proud of Donnie. That was like, wow, that was like
said.
So we're gonna have to get
on that one.
We're gonna have to get Sonia's creation and make our quilt. No,
right.
You have to sew us a quilt, and Maze, you could pay me later for that. Okay.
That was really good, right? And it's so funny.
No,
too,
seriously.
As you were, I made sure my phone was. I literally put myself on a 2-minute timeout. I'm one of these people. When I've been a producer forever and part of a show and sidekick forever, and when people always come in the studio, even when I've brought my artists on in other shows and I've seen people, I'm like, okay, everybody, please turn your phones on silence. I'm one of those people that always does it, and here I am like, my phone does right. But that was
it's an iPhone, whatever. It's not really a phone. It's like a communication device. Anyway, Lisa, what happened to our host last night with our Emmys host?
This was like Jimmy Kimmel was a host. I like Jimmy Kimmel a lot.
I do too.
I like Jimmy. He's cool, and he did, some of the stuff was a little corny and some of the stuff was whatever, but it goes with it.
Set the joint on fire. I know that with the whole.
That was real.
She couldn't get it out.
He kept taking the fire extinguisher, Jennifer Aniston.
Couldn't get it up?
That was they were doing a thing,
different show.
They were doing the first award, and Jennifer Aniston came out, and they were trying to be very, they were spraying it with Lysol
and set it on fire.
And then they threw it in the garbage. He set it on fire to like clean it, I guess. And
that's a good idea.
Then she took her fire extinguisher, and then they took the envelope, and then the fire came back, and they had to get the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
But no, that was real. Yeah, it was really on fire. But as far as the red carpet, so Vivica Fox, we talked about, we were excited that Vivica was going to be
I was excited for
on there, but Vivica tested positive for coronavirus. So she was slated, of course, to do live on the red carpet, but she announced that she'll be quarantined at home, to, of course, be with health and safety guidelines. And Juliana Rancic also revealed she tested positive. Her husband, Bill, and son, Duke, also tested positive, but they're doing very well and taking care of each other. And I guess that I don't know if they're back home, or if she's back in Chicago, because she has it, she might be still out in LA. But you know, her family, they own property and restaurants, of course, in Chicago. So
yeah, the RPM,
yeah,
group,
oh,
right?
yeah.
Yummy seafood is
yeah.
good. That's a shame. So Vivica's big chance. She'll have to wait till. Well, she can come when we come. She can come with us, and it'll be like a Midwest.
Yeah, when we win.
Yeah, it'll be like a Midwest takeover. So that's cool.
It'll be
Look
it'll
at
be
God.
fun.
He worked that out, didn't he? Vivica, get better fast, because we have to talk about our show next year when we win,
definitely.
when we walk the red carpet. Okay, and but one of my fave shows won an award, Ozark.
Yeah, so and I've never seen that. I want to watch Ozark, and then I also
Oh my
want to watch
so good.
Schitt's Creek. Got like 9,000 every time.
Up Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, and it was so funny when they announced it.
never heard of it.
Because that's the name of the show. But every time they said the name, they said we're going to be showing the title on the TV because that's the name of the show. So they didn't think people were swearing. It's SCH. But matter of fact, Carrie, Maze's wife, had posted that she wants to watch it because she never saw it. And everybody said, "Oh, you got to watch it. It's a hilarious show." They said it's so funny, and so both of us I'm going to start watching because I've never seen it.
I've not either. I've been up Schitt's Creek, but I ain't never seen.
They literally won pretty much everything.
More
They won
times than I
almost
wanted to be.
everything. Ozark did get, Best Supporting Actress. Then I was actually glad, a competition program, RuPaul's Drag Race. But your show, have you ever seen Watchmen? I've never seen.
I did.
I want to watch
I
that
watched
too.
the whole first season.
They
It was hard for me because I'm not that person, but there's a lot of history hidden in Watchmen.
See, my mom thought it was kind of dark. She liked it, but
it's some deep history of people of color in it. It's deep.
Okay,
I mean, you have to really watch
maybe she
it,
just saw
but
the
it's
first
deep.
episode.
Yeah.
But I want to watch it too because I love Regina King. She got lead actress in a limited series or movie for it, and just the stuff she said. I mean, she was thanking all the other people that were up for the nomination. Then she gave a tribute for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And it was like, but Regina King is just so classy.
She totally
I
is.
love her. We did a paintball tournament in when I was in the Bahamas, in Hawaii, we did a paintball tournament.
World traveler.
Only
Whatever.
Regina and Tashina Arnold were the only two females. The rest of the guys were like all pro bowlers, and I was the MC, so I didn't have to get hit. I was
love
like
paintballing.
I didn't do it. I was
Yeah,
scared
I'm
when I
doing it.
watched everybody doing it. I was kind of afraid, so I was glad I was the MC. But Regina is super nice and classy and just so talented. Since she's been a child, and she's stayed grounded because a lot of child actors turn into I'm not going to go on those stories because I've seen people with the child actors turning funky, and she's just amazing. So
she is really dope. She writes, directs. She does a lot of stuff that nobody knows.
Yeah, she does a lot. But it was kind of cute seeing when some of them were accepting the awards, like Schitt's Creek. They were all together at their own little tables they had set up, and then Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon, they had like their own little New Year's Eve party and stuff for their show. And
you know what I thought was cool? They a lot of Black Hollywood or Hollywood in general typically uses the red carpet to make statements with their clothing, and several people this year used the Black Lives Matter movement in their clothing. So you had actresses wearing Black Lives Matter T-shirts because they were all remote. Doing it on Zoom, but if you scroll through and look at some of the acceptances or some of the shots, the live shots of those people, they all used T-shirts or hair or jackets, all to have a voice in that, with things that they couldn't have probably done if it was in person.
And Anthony Anderson did it kind of with Jimmy Kimmel. It kind of went a little to the left, it had a good purpose, but then they kind of went a little, he just took it a different way, but the message was really good, and they both said it together, and he had, Jimmy, they both, were doing the Black Lives Matter, and so I think it was still, with what they had to work with, it was the first time. It's something different that we had to get used to, so,
let's just hope we get it together. The gathering is something I miss, but it was good. I actually liked this particular Emmys in its format better than I did the long live version that they've done.
Like the 20-minute speeches.
Yeah.
I want to thank this.
Yeah, and then they play the music, kind of like when I talk over the commercial, and Esco plays the music and I'm still talking.
And Jimmy Kimmel made a Jimmy Kimmel made a joke saying we're gonna see who goes over their speeches and who we have to mute. It's like, and that part was funny. And I thought Jimmy Kimmel did well with what he had to work with.
And
so.
Speaking of muting, Esco was taking care of Esco's business last week, and Maze was the board operator. And when I tell you Maze is a Nazi over there on the thing, I'm like, dag. It's 9:29 and 59 seconds. I got at least 15 more seconds, but he did
a great job.
He did
Shout
a good
out to
job.
him.
He did, and he was running back and forth to do, because Dawn and I, we can't, it's not that we can't do it, but like, because I've seen Dawn doing some of the technical stuff and I get really excited for her. Me, I get afraid, like, if something's not working and I press the wrong
Where were
button,
you, Lisa?
the whole
We
station's
needed you,
gonna
Lisa.
blow up. Right. Like,
where were you?
Right.
and I was the board op before. I was the board operator forever. I used to teach everybody how to run the board, but now things are so, like, you have one little thing, and you were texting me too, like, Lisa, put the volume down, and she's explaining on the one little thing, turn this volume down. So I'm showing Dawn the text that you did so she can figure it out. She's like, wait, I think this is the button. I'm like, oh gosh, if we blow the station, like, we don't know.
The
what we're
only
doing.
boards I ran was, backboards back when I was balling. You dig? Ask anybody about this point guard right here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't want to hear nothing, but, if you want to challenge me, I still got my sneakers.
I have no lingo because the bigs have not talked about basketball like that because I steal everything they say.
Yeah. Would you tell them I was running the boards and
running the boards?
Yeah. Tell them I was. What is that on the soil? Yeah, that part. Right. I know that because they're not in today. They're in tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. So today is Moowa Kills World, and then I said what I said with Herb. If he's Herb, he's not high. If he's Herb, he tripping. So, but he's my friend. He's our broadcast brother.
Yeah.
So brothers, Herb and Two. No, really, Herb and Two.
Yeah.
Good morning, Herb. Good morning, Two. Moowa Kills World, and then Chicago Famous with Mike Love and Diz, right? Yeah. Hey, listen, did you hear that story Rick Party told about the brat last week?
I didn't get to see it, but I'm going to watch it because we have all of our radio broadcast right now too. We got to say hi, and I want you to do your story. Jason Creighton, also Grapefruit's watching. That used to do sports with us at GCI.
Oh, okay. Grapefruit. I just went to the video of the grapefruit. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm like, that. Really?
No.
Different show.
Jason's watching, and Jason did, Jason was on, like with Frankie J, doing, he did all kind, and he was also doing sports for other shows, and he was part of our GCI family, so he's watching us right now.
I'm just a little salty at Rick Party, because he didn't, if he saw the brat coming from Jack the Rapper, he had to have seen me.
Probably.
Because I took her to the Jack the Rapper.
Well, we'll get him on the phone.
I'm just saying.
We'll get him on.
Okay, because he left that part out of the whole story.
Yeah.
Right, because she didn't go, I took her. That's a whole nother chapter.
I'm gonna call Rick. Rick today.
Tell Rick he forgot to talk about the Book of Dawn. He had to have seen me because she did. And I bought the plane ticket.
I was Little Ricky's producer. Me and Rick Party, and I used to bring Rick up at parties. I don't know how we got to do this. I would carry him on my back, like him and Case the R&B singer. I used to bring Case up on stage on my back, like only those two did piggyback rides. And I don't know, Rick and we used to do these things. We would sit across the studio and we would take like popcorn or peanuts and I would throw them and he would catch all of them. You know how you do it like to a seal? Rick would just stand there and we would play and he would go like this.
Well, I'm sure he's happily married.
I believe he has 7
Catch
kids.
this, right. Catch that. Yeah, he should have swallowed some.
And he's a good...
Or she should have. No, I'm just saying. My daddy told me that.
Rick is a good father to all. I mean, he's got the most beautiful kids and he is such a good dad, so...
Yeah. That, Rick, I didn't mean that. But my father, for real, in real life, when one of my nieces had another baby, he said, she should have swallowed that. I was like, Daddy. Oh, he's reckless. We got to have him on the show. Yeah. He might take over the show. You're listening to the Book of Dawn and What's in It for the Black People Media with Lisa E. and Esco. Stay with us. We got Let's Talk About Sex. SEX. Rick Party. Let's talk about sex.
Well, we can talk
Gina
about
after
divorce
10
before that too, right?
After in the 10 o'clock hour. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
WIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, or you can find them online at solobeauty.com.
This secure moment is brought to you by Secure Home and Automation, your premier authorized Bring security dealer. Home invasions occur every 23 seconds, fire every 85 seconds, and medical emergencies occur suddenly. In times like these, get secured home and automation and an affordable wireless home alarm system with professional monitoring. This includes fast emergencies response, free security analysis, free equipment, and free installation. A limited time offer, be proactive. Call today, don't delay. 708-251-5069. That's 708-251-5069. Call now, 708-251-5069, or visit our website, securehomeandautomation.com. Secure Home and Automation, where your life safety is our priority. It brings authorized dealers, certain restrictions apply.
He is joining Chicago famous Mr. Rick Party.
I remember meeting the Brat before she was big. We were going to Jack the Rapper conference in Atlanta.
Jack the Rapper again.
So she's sitting, waiting for a plane. She got her braids in her hair, got her overalls on, and she saw me walk up to the gate. She's like, Rick's Party, oh my God! She's doing all of that. I said, well, who are you? She goes, I'm the Brat. I'm a new rapper from the, I live on the West Side. I'm with Social Def. I'm about to meet Jermaine Dupri. I did some on Chris Cross's song. I think it was The Bomb or something like that? Or
Right.
Yeah. She did some on there. So that was my introduction to her. So she would come back to my show every now and then and help me introduce the Coke Top 99. I remember we played a home jam and had people judge her song, right? And some people like, it's all right, it's okay. And she's like, yo,
Wow.
Straight West Side, man. It was great.
Straight West Side.
Yeah, so.
Chicago famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
She ready.
In the collar.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media on a sunny Monday in Chicago on September 21st.
And that's so funny. They just played the Rick Party thing. So we're going to get Rick on to
did
talk about...
Did he say my name?
All right. Yeah.
No, he did.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
Rick Party. Good morning, Kenya Simone. Can you call can you call your radio? Rick.
I'm going to call Rick as soon as we get off because Rick...
Hello, can I speak to Rick?
Rick is off the air already. He does, Rick is nationally syndicated now. So he's, we're going to call him in a little bit.
Yeah, look at my face.
That's like family, yeah.
And she ran up to me and she said, what? Okay. Anyway, Chicago famous. I need to be on your show because I got some. Yeah, I need to do that. I'm gonna have we might just Herb and 2 on our show because can you see? We'll have a debate.
No, let's just walk in one day on Mike Love and the Diz. They'll let us
ride down on them. I don't know. We might have to call that big old rotary dial phone first. No, see if we can come in.
That's so funny. No, Mike Love and the Diz will welcome us in there.
Hey, listen, Friday. Just so y'all know, Friday, Danny Boy is gonna be here. Yeah.
I ain't mad at him.
I am a former death row artist, chef,
author. His book,
new book out.
Yeah, about death row. Yeah.
So and it's freestyle. So he gonna have to grace the microphone on the freestyle.
And he's
Friday.
got some great stories. He was there when Tupac passed. He was literally in the hospital there because he was still with So he's got some good Tupac stories. And
I got a good Tupac story when I went to that club in Vegas with him. And me, Mike Tyson, and Peppa are going in the club. Everybody goes through the ding, 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 the security thing that you go in an airport or a jail.
Right.
They have one of those at Shutt's Club. I should have thought to myself, this might not be the right place to be. Of course, I went anyway. Tupac couldn't get through the thing. It kept going ding, 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 ding. And we're like, why is he alerting the security thing.
Right.
Girl, this boy had on a whole, not a vest. He had a damn near 10-man suit on. I'm like, so if you think you're going to get shot and I'm in here without something, this is probably not somewhere I should be. However, we had a ball, and that's a whole nother story.
And he's one that I
how
never
Peppa and I ended up in the bathroom. I can't tell the story. I'll tell later.
And Tupac is one that I never got to meet.
Yeah,
I was so sad.
Yeah. He was a colorful, very sweet, crazy human, but a good dude.
Friday. I want to know if it's true that Tupac really wasn't a thug. He was like an art student, but it was because of Suge Knight that he started acting.
Yeah,
you
can ask him.
Yeah, he was very he was very artsy and very smart and went to a great school, but he adapted that lifestyle and I think got caught up in it. Yes, a little slippery. Hey Lisa, what is going on with another famous dude that's getting divorced?
Oh, that.
Speaking of death row.
And speaking of death row, right? Speaking of death row, and okay, so Nicole Young says her estranged husband, Dr. Dre, has been secretly transferring his assets, including his trademarks, without her knowledge. Now, you know, we kind of spoke about this last week, but legal documents filed by Young claims that he created a new holding company and transferred his assets, such as his trademarks for Dr. Dre and The Chronic, after he kicked her out of his home and threatened to divorce her back in June. And then 2 days after the alleged threat, she filed for divorce on the 22nd of June. Now, the paperwork also states that Dre filed the trademarks in 1997, a year after their wedding. But sources, of course, that are close to Dr. Dre said that the move is an act of a desperate woman who finally realized that the ironclad prenup she signed doesn't win her the lottery. So, and she also claimed that Dr. Dre ripped up the prenup several years into their marriage, but he said that he denied those claims.
Well, here again, let's talk about ripping up a piece of paper or actually going to court and having it redone. So, I'm gonna need her to stop saying that. Okay,
right.
That's not a good look. Just figure out another way. Implore him to that you create it with him. But I y'all know how I feel. I signed a prenup and I'm okay with that. That's his shit. All these years of marriage and you ain't came up with nothing.
Right.
She could have tons of celebrity or wealthy men's wives come up with something. Mm-hmm. I mean, sew buttons. I mean, make a quilt. You know what I'm saying? Like something. You ain't got nothing. You don't have an Etsy store.
The arrangement was I'm not working.
Fair, but now the kids are grown.
Homemaker. That's a job.
The children are adult. Okay. And
right.
But think about the grandbabies.
Oh, is he a granddaddy?
I don't know.
Well, she could live with one of the kids.
My conspiracy.
That's your theory. That's your story, and you're sticking to it. I don't know how y'all feel. Maybe we'll talk about prenups on Thursday because I'm okay with it. I'm team prenup. You know what? Remember what I said. I know who I am and whose I am. So, and I know what God has for me is for me. And I love my husband all the same. So, yeah. And we go together.
Boom. She said right to the dirt.
And
right.
to the dirt. That's my hashtag. Did you know that, Eska? That's my hashtag.
I like that.
Yeah, to the dirt. Baby, because if he down me, I'll kill him.
Well, and we got a couple of minutes too. So, okay, so we also were talking about your girl Cardi B.
Yes.
You know, she recently filed for divorce from Migos rapper Offset, her husband of 3 years. Well, to clarify some stuff, she finally went on Instagram and she was just like, okay, let me straighten you guys out with some things. She said that she didn't shed a tear over the split. She said the divorce has nothing to do with any of his past infidelities, which led to their initial separation in 2018. She said the reason for my divorce is not because of this stuff that's ever happened. She used a lot of more explicit things. I didn't use that, but she said it's not because of cheating, and I'm seeing how people are. She goes, oh, and he has a baby on the way. She goes, that's a whole effing complete lie. She's like, this is the second time people are trying to pin babies. She said that only the whole reason she and Offset just grew apart.
Yeah.
She said, I got tired of arguing. I got tired of not seeing things eye to eye. When you feel like it's not the same anymore, before you get cheated on, I'd rather just leave. Nothing crazy out of the world happens. Sometimes people grow apart.
Yeah, I actually I heard the audio. She definitely dropped, Cardi's a cusser. I understand cussing saints because I cuss too.
Read her white.
Yeah,
Right.
but she literally did. First of all, you could have started and stopped in the first sentence. She said, let's be clear. And I could see her clapping her hands with her fingernails this long. Let's be clear. I didn't shed one tear. When a woman doesn't shed one tear, game over. Like,
That means she's been
big
planning it.
She big done. Stick her with a fork. She done. And
If you're calm, hey.
No tears. Come on. Even frustrate. You can be happy or mad, but no tears is a dangerous place for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when a woman says I didn't cry at all,
I agree.
I do though wonder if she might have been afraid, because I don't know that even if you argue and jump into divorce because you think he might cheat, it might be something else behind there. But she did make it very clear that she is a businesswoman. She has her own ish, and they are going to maintain co-parenting, and they are business partners. And so hopefully they will be able to co-parent and be friends, because I think actually they're a pretty dope couple. But as long as they can,
They rushed it, I believe.
I think so. I think the baby,
They didn't get to know each other first.
The representative stayed around
I'm telling you.
a little too long. And so beware of the representatives, because sometimes they get off early. And you're like, oh, could you call the rep back?
Right. But you know what, too? When people are on social media, they only show you a portion that is sometimes politically correct. And they want to show fans, sometimes they just want to show people what the meaning is, but they don't go too much into it. She could have been a wreck, maybe because of the kids and the family's sake. She doesn't want to say, look, I'm crying, like, guys, I'm okay. But maybe she is. Maybe when she's not on social media and showing that, maybe she really,
Well, I tell you what, it's Offset, right? Offset, you can send some of them Birkin bags to What's in It for the Black People Media. We got 6 ladies in the building, and we'll all take a bag. Listen, What's in It for the Black People Media are going to change the way you see and experience radio, TV, and all things live with their incredible programming, 12 hours every day. On Maze Jackson page, Facebook, and Maze Jackson on YouTube. Stay with us. We're coming back to talk about sex,
baby,
with Gina right after the 10 o'clock hour.
WIFTBPM.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
Now you can join Milwaukee's World on
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday
from 11 to 1 on What's in It for the Black People Media.
What's up, good people? This is Herb Howard, one half of I Said What I Said. Make sure you tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. right here on What's in It for the Black People Media. It is intellectual thuggery at its finest. The blackest conversation, Herb Howard, Tucson Warner, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
1 to 3 p.m.
I was going to ask you, so growing up, did you ever have an old racist family in your neighborhood? Did you have one live next to you or one down the street? Just somebody's house that you know on the block, you didn't want to go nowhere near that house. The neighbor who was directly behind us had a real problem coming outside seeing my white mother and my black father.
We got us the gun line.
This dude built an 8-foot fence, more like 10 foot.
So they put up the Huck Finn joint.
Exactly. That shit looked like a castle. You know, my dad, he's a big guy, football player guy. My dad guy who walks over there.
Old school
and then
black.
he's like, I don't appreciate these apples in my yard. He's like, motherfucker, we don't even have an apple tree. These are your apples.
You like apples?
Your kids are throwing apples over here. Okay, there's that little space, but there's still a fence. So they're right there looking at each other.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
And I said something like, yeah, Dad. And that dude said, shut up, you little monkey. Leroy stuck his head over the fence.
You're gonna die, clown!
Grabbed dude by the neck.
Run.
and proceeded to pull him halfway over this thing. Like, finish him. Mrs. Wheeler comes running out. Oh, Leroy, don't do that. It's not worth it. Blah, blah, blah. My dad was getting ready to kill this dude. And within 6 months, that guy moved away.
Don't cross the gun line, boss.
Right, the gun line, boss.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTV.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
My mic sound nice. Check what? Oh, that's Friday. Okay, I'm practicing.
Beating myself
for
up.
Danny Boy.
How is it? Does anyone have an iPad? Like, how, you know, when you hit reply, you know how you can go to your little comments and you hit like, but then you could hit like a heart and all that. It won't let me hit anything but the like button.
See,
I'll show you
if
that
she had
in a
an
minute.
Android,
You'll show me, because I'm trying to send little hearts to people to say like hi back, but because you know some of the hearts, when people send you love, you want to send a little heart, but it won't let me do it. It only lets me.
Yeah,
Kenny
you have to
McReynolds
hold
is checking
it.
too.
You have to hold it and
Sonya.
slide
Esco, let's do this. Yeah.
We're sending love your way.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn. Sorry, we were doing a little work. I'm trying to help the baby out. If she just jump on over to the Android life, you know. I'm just saying.
Even
It's
on an
easy
iPad?
to.
I'm about that Apple life.
Oh, I just
Apple life.
see it.
There you go. Hold it and
dragged
slide
it and
over. I told you I got you.
dragged it.
already. Women helping women.
Everybody
And
now
men
that's
helping
doing,
women.
because
I
the
told
people
her,
are probably
just
like,
hold
what?
it and slide it in.
Hold it and slide it.
Speaking of holding and sliding, welcome back to Let's Talk About Sex with Gina, the master in public health that joins us every Monday
Hold when you slide,
to
right.
give us insightful tips on all things sex. Welcome back, Gina. Thanks for coming.
You. I am. It was a great weekend, but it's a rough Monday morning.
It
and
is
you know,
rough.
Monday is my day.
Monday.
I'm usually like, hey, it's Monday. I'm gonna be on the Book of Dawn. Yeah. It's fabulous. I'm like, me too.
Are you?
I think too many mimosas yesterday. And I'm not even a drinker. And I'm not even a drinker.
Well, I indulged on yesterday and Saturday.
I was waiting for you to say the day you didn't indulge. I think that might be an easier count.
Yeah, Saturday.
The day
was
you
fun,
didn't
though.
have champagne.
Saturday was the day that never ended. And happy birthday to Senator L.G. Sims. We're at his birthday party.
Yes.
It was fantastic. And
Nice.
he and Jack Master Farley was the DJ. Yeah. It was
Good
pretty.
stuff.
It was pretty dope.
That's good stuff. Yeah, when
yeah.
you go back.
Melvin was there from owner of the Presidents. Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Yes.
It was pretty dope. Gina, we're talking about sex day, and you mentioned something that, as the mother of a daughter who's a teacher in education, like you and Esco and Lisa, and me years ago, there's a lot of with this Zoom learning or whatever, we see a lot of news about the hackers that come in and say kind of gross things.
Yeah,
but
so we're
you
not even
gave
talking
a
about the
different
hackers.
perspective on it.
The hackers.
Tell me more.
That wouldn't be the hackers we're talking about. So again, good morning, Gina Lamar, Monday Night Mingle. Happy to be here. But this has been coming across my page so much, I was like, one super producer called me and said, what are we talking about? So we have to talk about the hottest topic now. One of the school teachers, a local school council, got on the mic. Talking about don't give her a mic. She went in on all of the things that parents are seeing, or teachers are seeing, and students are seeing on these Zoom calls, right? So that's one thing. In the beginning when you talk about hackers, or when you talked about, I forgot I didn't have my robe closed, or someone walked past your back screen. No, we're talking about parents like smoking blunts,
oh my gosh,
drinking, being half naked, coming over to help the kid, leaning in, trying to help them, and just all the
and the ninny jugs is all
the good is just out, right? And so she just went in on the parents, right? And I think it's something we all have to get used to, though. Like I had to reevaluate my backdrop. Now, what I need to do, in Real Housewives of, I think it was Atlanta, and they had their reunion show, and then they got judged by their backdrops. I was like, I need to update my backdrop.
Yeah.
Like, I now pay
That's
attention
so
to
awful,
people's.
though.
I know,
That's so
it's bad.
awful.
It's bad. But I'm also like, I need to update that, because if I don't want my whatever is hanging back there with maybe my license number on it, right?
Like on your Zoom call?
You got it.
So, but you can upload, because we've been doing Zoom stuff with my family, and I've been sitting on my couch until I go back to my desk.
Yes.
And I have like nothing. So I had like the Brady Bunch house. I put, you upload photos. So I have the Brady Bunch stairwell.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna have to. That's
that.
what you should have to do, right? But for the kids and stuff, parents and technology, they're still learning it. Period.
Right.
Sure,
Right?
including Lisa.
Isn't that the truth?
I'm a child.
And Gina, right? So that's one of the things but I thought it was really interesting the way the teacher went in. You get your certain amount of time at local school council, and that's what she wanted to spend her time on, right? Well, just when people were like, oh, thanks, Dawn, so refreshing, you're always a breath of fresh air, like all the teachers from around the country it kind of went viral, like, thank you. And then could you also say stop doing this, and could you also say stop doing that? Then the next thing is that we have parents who are cussing. I think I'm not sure why we're not cussing on the show anymore, but we'll talk about that in a minute. No, but like cursing at their children, like, don't you
cuss,
see?
yeah.
Don't you see? You know that answer, and screaming at their children and stuff. Right? I said, okay, DCFS, I need y'all to pay attention too, right?
Well,
and it's not. It's not even. It's not even a DCFS. It's not even DCFS. No. It's the frustration with the parents.
Right.
It's the frustration with the parents, right? Like knowing that they don't know the answer, or then getting mad at their children. But I think some of the best memes have been about the parents going, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize Dawn was such a handful. Lisa, let me shut up arguing with you.
Right.
Next time you say Teflon Donnie girl. Right.
That's facts, though.
You got it. Parents are recognizing their children's deficits, right? Or just their children's regular thing. So that's just one of the things. The other hot topic, and you want me to bring it up now?
Go ahead.
for it.
Bring it.
The numbers aren't all in yet, but what we start to see in slow fluctuation, right, is kids who are now home, but their parents have to be at work. So while you think they're at home remote learning, and then technically they are remote learning, you can log in from your computer, but just so you know, they put those backdrops up, they put the thing away, and technically you can step away from the screen, but what they're stepping away to is a bunch of sex parties.
No way.
Oh,
wait.
No way.
You're talking about like the high school kids and the junior high.
Yes.
Not junior high.
Well, first of all, one of the reasons that you have to be able to get like condoms, birth control, including an abortion in the state of Illinois at the age of 12 is that junior high, we learned that a long time ago, that sex has gone all the way down in age. It wasn't no sweet 16, right? So some of the things you're starting to see. So I'm not judging. I'm always saying, can I just drop some condoms at the hot house?
Wait a minute. Back up.
What? Think about it. We are going to have parties when your parents aren't at home. And it used to
not
be
at
the
my
case.
House. No, you're not.
I know.
Not at Barbara.
I know.
No, you're not.
I know. I didn't have a party in
fear of a whole get down.
What? So you never,
ever
never snuck anyone into the house. Not a party. Snuck anyone to the house.
Ever. Homie, don't play that.
I did. I can't. There's one thing.
I had a whooping mama, and I'm grateful for her.
Oh, gosh, yes. Oh, yeah. I was on punishment till I left for the University of Iowa. That's how crazy my parents were. Because I sneaked out that door, going out with my friends, baby, and she was just standing in the window waiting for me to come back. Baby. I was like, what if I had been kidnapped? You don't even know. She was like, oh, no, I know you were out with Lisa.
Let me tell you about this OG. I went to an overnight in high school. Daphne Jennings, we went to her house, all the crew. We go to her house. Daphne's mother, the mother of the house I'm spending the night at, says you could walk 1 block and go to a party. We walk 1 block, all girls go to a party.
And guess who's at that party?
My mother called the house to check on us. Daphne's mother said they went down the street to a party. Guess who was standing outside the house when we got back from the party? My mother and my stepfather with the whole neck roll. And guess who didn't get to spend the night? This girl. Yeah. And guess who the next morning tapped that ass in a different kind of way?
You got it. You got it.
No, I wasn't sneaking people
she
in her house.
She totally got me. She told me, well, it wasn't like people. Like I never had a party, but definitely my boyfriend. But she got the best is that she got me with this whole, like you were talking about remote learning, but I knew she wasn't coming home yet. She popped up early. It was winter. his shoes were at the door, right? So I hit him. It's my high school boyfriend, my first love, Brock Blanton, wherever you are. My
or you
first
thought
love.
you did.
I hit him. Then she goes in the room, gets undressed, starts moving around. I sneak him out. She, you know your mom put that duster on. She put her duster on.
Oh, she needs
My
to
dad hadn't gotten home yet. You got it. My dad hadn't gotten home yet. She put the duster on, comes back into the kitchen, starts, preparing, then looks down and goes, well, why didn't Brock say hi or bye? And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, well, his shoes were at the door when I came in, but they're not there now.
Wow. See, mothers know. My bad.
Ain't nothing new
So
under the sun. So that whooping, I almost was like, let me go get the belt.
Let me whoop myself.
I didn't get what I lucked out because my sister went to University of Illinois, and she was like a sophomore, and I was a senior in high school, and it was snow. My parents went to go see my sister for whatever. They were gonna come home like later that night. And both my brothers, my brother Craig was a freshman, so he wanted to get in because I was in the cool group with us. So I had the basketball players, I had all the who's who. My brother wanted to be cool, freshman. My younger brother Mark, who was 3 years younger, I paid them each like $1, and they cleaned up after everybody because we had a whole party. And then all of a sudden the phone rings. You didn't have caller ID. I'm like this to everybody.
Everybody, shh.
My mom's like, the snow is really bad. Dad and I are going to stay overnight. And we're like, party. And I was
See, that's what happened
as
when you're
I
not
thought
from
about
Chicago.
that.
Ain't that the truth?
That suburban
That was
thing.
the only,
That's the truth.
right, that was a suburban thing. But I was like, but the thing was, all the neighbors knew everybody. My mom was a teacher. My mom taught 8 houses down the street. So the neighbor, and we had neighborhood watch, like they watched everything you did.
Oh, yeah. And your
So-
neighbors used to be able to come over and say, break this up.
The
Come
only
on.
good thing about that was that
Preacher.
my parents always had welcomed my friends in the house at any time, so people probably
people didn't
didn't
know.
think
They
that.
didn't
So and then
recognize
people
it, yeah.
got dropped out. Yeah, so I lucked out because it wasn't like a huge party with like 9 million people, but it was enough. It was enough. And
Yeah, because you didn't have.
it cost me $2. One brother for $1 for Craig and
Those were
$1
good
for
wages.
Mark.
Those were good wages back then. When I started waiting tables, the minimum wage was $2.50 an hour.
Yep.
And my family has those,
and it's still
like,
lower. It's not that they're not the 14 because you're getting tips, right? And that's why it's so important. You talk about tipping.
Speaking of tips, what tip would you give us?
Speaking of tips,
Oh, I didn't mean like that tip.
No, but that's a good one. Speaking of tips, right? Which tip? Make sure you hold it when you cover the tip, right? Make sure the tip has space at the end.
Wait, what are you talking
How
about?
do we-
Oh,
how do we-
condom.
It's a
Condoms,
Come on
okay.
in. Come on in.
No, but I knew you were talking
That
about.
was a great comeback.
Oh, you're
right?
supposed to
Speaking
hold
of
the
tips.
tip when you.
No, you're supposed to hold it when you're pulling it off and make sure there's room at the tip because there has to.
Well, they make them with a little extra, little piece of little.
Well, they
stuff.
don't really make that because if you pull it, no, that's just somebody who held it right.
No. If you look at the box, there's a little extra thing.
That's
There's a
showing
little-
you to
little-
leave the space.
Oh,
That's showing you to leave the space for the semen. Because if you
Oh.
bring it too far in, it's going to break. So if you bring it all the way down, I'll have to come in with visuals one day.
I wish I
and
had
bring it
one.
all-
Visuals.
Right. I mean, I have
so
one in
can
my
you?
purse. No, I'm kidding.
So tell me, I'm still lost.
So
at
let me just see.
sex parties.
So sex parties always happen, right? Like I can always tell when something's going down. One of those holidays that the parents didn't get, I think it's like Pulaski Day.
Casimir Pulaski. It's in
Casimir,
March.
you got it. In
the
March.
first time we celebrated it, I was in high school and I couldn't figure out what in the whole hell.
No,
but anyway,
it takes my girlfriends at the city. My girlfriend's like, I don't even know who he is. She kept calling him Vladimir Pulaski. It's like, no, he's Casimir. He's not Vladimir. And she kept saying, I know. She's like, but he is my favorite holiday. And I was like, who is he? She's like, I don't even know, but I know we get a day off that nobody else gets, right? So she was dead serious. So holidays where your parents don't have off, all of a sudden you kind of get, because, even though Monday Night Meals for adults, we definitely have a teen section where teens can slide in, call in, questions come in or whatever about things, and they start saying, where can we get a large? I need like a big bag of condoms, Miss Gina. And I said, oh, okay.
Miss Gina. Gina, hold that thought. I actually have a question that I want to ask you about the teen population or the preteen or whatever category
tween.
That part, the Gen Z. I would like to ask you a question, but we're going to take a break. I want to remind you that you're talking about sex. We're talking about sex with Gina. Mingling on a Monday with Gina, Lisa E. and Esco. we have Muwak Hill's World coming up right after us. He's a deep brother. I watched his show all week. It was actually really dope. And after that, I said what I said. And then after that, Chicago Famous. So just plug up your devices, because you got to be here with us until 6 p.m. This is the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, or you can find them online at solobeauty.com.
He is joining Chicago famous Mr. Rick Party. Talk a little bit about during that time to connect with artists.
You know, seeing some people come up like my boy Gotti. I remember Gotti back in the day from Chicago.
Right.
Interviewing Common. Before Common was big, I remember having Common on my show when I used to do a show called Home Jams, and people didn't know Common. And Common was Common Sense at the time.
Common Sense.
Sense, right. I had Common on my show, and I remember talking to Common, interviewing him, and I said, so who are some of the people who inspired you? Because, he's younger than me. Like, who inspired you, young man? And he was like, Redman, and Redman, it was
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard.
Well, what was the power of the Bible? Most motherfuckers couldn't read. So the Bible legitimately changed the world because motherfuckers began to learn to read. And once I can learn to read, wait a minute, I can question some of this bullshit you talking about. What school you go to though? It don't matter.
A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Well, I went to Dunbar.
Yes!
Let's say Dunbar. Oh, it's good. People disrespect the city schools. This Chicago. And I'm a motherfucking genius.
And that's on period.
Nah, to the mighty man. Nah, I'm just playing. But seriously though, think about it though, right? The Bible legitimately changed the world, right?
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard live on What's in It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Now you can join Milwaukee's World on
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday
from 11 to 1 on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson, and I'm running for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I will never give up on inclusion and equality, prison reform, reduced property taxes, and economic opportunity for all. I want to get to know your neighborhood and the problem that you face every day. And I want to serve every man, woman, and child in the state of Illinois. A vote for me is a vote for you.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse on What's in It for the Black People Media. We have our in-studio Monday guest, Gina. We're talking about sex, and we're talking about this trend of homeschoolers, the whole world, well, not the whole world, but a lot of are, having sex parties. I've heard of COVID parties. I've heard of all kinds of parties. I've never heard of a at-home during a pandemic sex party. But having heard that, I'm interested to know, because in your profession, you deal with sexually transmitted diseases,
infections.
And infections. What is the percentage of teenagers that you see on any given day or hear from? Like, is it prevalent in that age category?
No, of course it is. It's the highest, right? Because teens are invincible. They're young. They're experimenting. They can't see it. They know it's curable. They even know, they will come in and tell you, like, oh yeah, I need a shot. I think I probably got gonorrhea. I'm like
it's nothing.
Like, you don't get to tell us. We still have to test you. Like, I don't know why we go through this. I know exactly what it is. And you're like, Yeah, but that's not how medicine works. We still have to test you. We have to see what it is, and then we have to report the number of times that you have gonorrhea and you think it's nothing. So we get, of course.
So
that's, how do you think we get these stats? I don't know numbers unless we take that information in by age bracket, not by name.
So what's the what are your age brackets?
So this is the best part. When I walk into a group of teams, I always say, rep your hood. So give me your hood. Where you from?
Country Club Hills.
Where you from? South suburbs?
You got it. You got it. South suburbs, right? And you rep your hood. And then when you say that, I say you have 314 cases of gonorrhea, 612 cases of chlamydia, 1,206 cases of, syphilis or something. And 1,200 for syphilis, never that high. But anyway, people are start saying, wait a minute, what about Markham? Because see, they're dating somebody in the next suburb over, right? So they start talking about their neighborhood and they look at that. So the numbers are always higher with teens teens and tweens, because they always feel like they are.
Keep talking.
Okay, because they always feel like they are invincible. They know that it's curable, and they know that they'll be fine, right? At least they think they'll be fine. What they don't get is the long-term effects. What they don't get is that the long-term effects of it will eventually impact, like both. People keep thinking that it's just women and their cervix and they won't be able to have babies or things like that. But we know that it's scarring the urethra for men as well. So that can be a problem after a while. You just have so many hits. Like, it's just like this mic, and it's great. It's a good upscale mic, but if you just keep dinging it, at some point you're going to have some distortion, right? And the sound isn't going to go through. Exact same thing when you want to start having babies, right? So you're going to have some of those issues that come with it. So in numbers, highest rate all the time is between 14 and 29, right?
I'm mind blown.
Absolutely.
14-year-olds with STDs. I
can't even.
Guess I don't.
And let me tell you this. One of the things, it's so funny, we always do a great job in one thing and another, right? So while teen pregnancy is, or not just teen pregnancy, but not teen pregnancy, but like teen pregnancy and people having babies, right? Not necessarily teen deliveries.
Okay.
So in teen pregnancy, because we're doing better now, you can go get birth control at the age of 12 without your parents' consent, without them knowing about it, right?
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely. I just said that.
Oh,
You can get an abortion.
No.
Yes, in the state of Illinois, and I need
without your parents' permission.
Yes, without their consent, without their permission, they can get PrEP. We're going to do an entire segment on PrEP, the pre-exposure prophylaxis to stop you from contracting HIV. You can go get that at the age of 12. We just got that passed.
I
We
don't
got
even know
that bill
what that
passed.
is. But we have
You don't know about PrEP.
I'm a married woman. Look, no,
But it's
and
still
I got
a bill.
grown
You have kids, but still, it's a bill that we should all. I mean, it's a pill that we should know about. And you see it on television all the time. People are like, "Oh, I'm so sick of these commercials." When they say prep up, right? And you have the trans woman, you have all the men, you have the black men, because those numbers are so high in our community. Once again, like, just unacceptable the way we're disproportionately affected by so many things that are bad for our community. So yeah, we have that. But at the age of 12. So those parties that we're talking about that are happening, because, the kids are just at home. And then they say, hey, so I don't have to be at home. Can Lisa come over? Or can I have, Lisa and Dawn over? And then, you slide in, Chris, because Chris is not a girl. She's a guy, or something.
I feel I'm a different parent. No judgment, sort of judgment, and a lot of shade. No, you can't have nobody. This is school. Okay?
Oh yeah.
First of all,
absolutely.
I'm gonna go off for 1 second, but I don't want to stay there. You can't be home by yourself at 12. You can't babysit your little brother at 12, but you can go get an abortion. Another whole show.
Yes.
But let's.
But that really and truly comes from kids hiding pregnancies and getting too far when they had an option. They had an option, right? Be it abortion, be it not getting pregnant. First of all, we'll start with prevention, right? Them being able to get birth control, because they knew they were having sex and they weren't going to stop. And so we needed that. But I knew, we all have that whole, my mom's going to kill me, right?
Yeah.
And they don't really kill you. Like, very few parents are in jail for it. I know the beating feels like it. You don't have to tell me. That's no punishment till I left for University of Iowa, right? Like, you better not dart this door. And I'm headed to college, right? But we had to move those things along because kids were steadily getting infected. Certain things were happening, and we had to put those laws in place to protect them, and they are utilizing them.
I get so help me and our viewers comprehend when this group or group of people on any given Monday call and you get all these reports. Are there parents assisting them in the process of treatment? Or?
So sometimes parents. Wait a minute.
Like, are their parents the ones bringing them to the Little Red Schoolhouse, or how?
Oh yeah, basically.
Okay.
Some.
Okay.
Right, but it's always that after. Like, let's be really clear. We're an interventive society. We're not a preventive. Well, once you get that, I won't pay for your gym membership, but I'll pay for your cardiac rehab. Like our system is set up.
Okay.
For us to step in after. We'll put you on blood pressure meds, but we won't stop putting. We won't make a salad for $1, but we'll make a triple cheeseburger for $1.
50 cents, right?
You got it.
Right.
You got it, right? So that's a setup. And we in the community have to, figure that part out. But let me just bring this back. And I don't want parents to be, I just need them to be knowledgeable about it.
Sure.
And it's amazing that there is a law that affects your child that most people don't know. I mean, you're not the first. So many parents are like, oh, no, not my child. Oh, they can't this. And we had to start that because before, if you went and used it on your insurance, it would pop up in their insurance and say, what birth control? What are you talking about? There's no birth control on my insurance. You know what I mean? I had a hysterectomy. I don't have birth control, right? But then you see that it was your daughter using it. So now we have public funding for it. We even have public funding at Planned Parenthood for men to get vasectomies.
Wow.
Because it's time to stop putting everything on us as women. Come on. RBG said it. And we have to be really strategic now that we've lost like such a progressive woman in the Supreme Court, right? Like God rest her soul, but I mean, we need to be really strategic about who we bring back in there because that is going to make a difference in how our laws are affected because they will repeal that Roe versus Wade.
Let me tell you what else we have to be strategic about. Raise your kids. Okay, be strategic when you have sex unprotected and you choose to be somebody's mother and you can't choose to be their friend. You have to be their mother because if you were their mother, there would be a lot less Monday calls at the Little Red Schoolhouse.
Yes.
And so I want people to, let's be clear. I don't care what they offer. Mm-hmm. And but what matters is that you take ownership of your own children and your nieces and the kids on the block, like back when we were little.
So, Barbara, Dawn, because, as much as we try not to turn into our parents, do we not turn into our parents before you know it? Like, these kids these days.
Because I will jump. I'm that girl. I'm going to get out the car and jump in a fight. Anyway, listen.
Yes, but you were lucky. Your daughters, Dawn, I always say, if I could have kids, Dawn's daughters are like the perfect kids ever.
They are pretty good. And all God.
Like,
I wasn't smart enough. I didn't have enough to be who they became. Amen.
I mean, her kids are amazing.
That's because you also had a community, though, and you understood. We know the basics. Unfortunately, some of these kids they don't know the basics.
Speaking of strategy, hold that thought. Speaking of strategy, did you know that to create this platform, What's in it for the Black People Media, Maze had a strategy? How about that segue?
That's wow. And she's learning the word segue. I'm so excited.
I know segue. I know break. I know
she knows break. She hasn't been cursing a lot because even though the guys do it, I was teaching her. Women you don't want to use it as a crutch.
Can't do.
We can't do.
So I can't cuss my way up to this
she
break.
Can still. You can.
You
cuss
do know that's some bullshit, right?
But she can cuss. But advertisers still look. Well, see, I still got the Elroy Smith radio version, so I can't really even say the word like thong, because it makes me like
don't say thong, say wedgie. Call it a wedgie.
Did I say wedgie?
Purchase the wedgie. Listen, you're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We're talking about sex with Gina Lamar, Lisa E, the super producer, and Esco. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
We fun guy.
Where's tomorrow?
Fun guy, what's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Yeah, yo, what do you know?
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be telling you.
What's going on, Chicago? What's in it for the Black People Media presents?
I want to go higher. Oh, my God.
Call your sons, call your daughters, call your friends,
big. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. We got what you need right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
This secure moment is brought to you by Secure Home and Automation, your premier authorized Bring security dealer. Home invasions occur every 23 seconds, fire every 85 seconds, and medical emergencies occur suddenly. In times like these, get secured home and automation and an affordable wireless home alarm system with professional monitoring. This includes fast emergencies response, free security analysis, free equipment, and free installation. A limited time offer, be proactive. Call today, don't delay. 708-251-5069. That's 708-251-5069. Call now, 708-251-5069, or visit our website, securehomeandautomation.com. Secure Home and Automation, where your life safety is our priority. It brings authorized dealer, certain restrictions apply.
Hey, what's good? This is Mike Love.
What's going on, y'all? It's the Diz
of Chicago Famous.
Come on.
That is the new version of us.
That's right. I mean, I know you all grew up on Bad Boy Radio, but keep in mind, we are now Chicago Famous.
And we are here at What's in It for the Black People Media, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday.
Starting September 8th. Starting September 8th. Make sure you check us out.
WIFTV.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. It's a Monday, the first day of what's going to be a great week.
Oh, yeah.
We got great weather. We got great guests. And always at the top of the week, Gina reminds us that we have to be proactive and not reactive in our lives and in our children's lives. Talking about sex with Lisa E. and Esco. Esco, this is pretty deep, huh? You got a little girl, so you're the only one in the room that I think has a youngin'. This is good information, right?
Scary, but I need to know.
Absolutely.
And I'm so involved, it's exhausting.
It is, but that's
but
so
I
good.
I have to do it.
The more involved you are, and I think that I can say this as an over parent, like, because I was like, okay, you need a tutor, you need somebody to paint the walls at the school. I'm there. You need chaperone. I'm there. Hence why I ended up waiting tables, because I was like, I'm gonna do mine. They're not gonna do themselves. But I think the sex. I know what happens, right? I have family members, I have nieces that were parents before they were ready. I think I'm just mind blown at the presumption of any parent in this climate that, I mean, a lot of the music, even the ratchet music that I love.
Love it.
Cardi.
Word for word.
I guess I wouldn't leave I wouldn't leave that to them to decide, because they are children.
So that I'm with you on that, right? So we love the ratchet music, know every word. My nephews,
literally,
they cannot, like when they were kids, right? You cannot listen to that with me. You have to listen to the radio version, right? And so they're like, but we know the curse version, and we know you know the curse version. Absolutely, but I am your aunt.
Absolutely.
And I am here to tell you cannot do it with me. My mother used to say it all the time. I'm your mother, not your peer.
Right.
And I just say,
and I agree to an extent
can't
with
you
that.
be my friend?
I agree, but it's all the way you parent. And like I don't have kids, but I'm an over aunt and I'm an over godmother.
Yes,
so
yes.
And like my nephew, that's all my nephew loves is hip hop. He just turned 15. But, he writes stuff. I told him, because he used to put a lot of curse words. I'm like, I explained, don't use that as a crutch. But I also explained the difference of entertainment value versus trying to say this is real life. Because with us, I mean, we all like, who doesn't want to hear Eazy-E? When they play it on 104.3, I want to hear the cursing. I like hearing Eazy-E, because you know all the words.
This is what I try to say to them.
But it's entertainment value.
And this is what I try to say to them. My song, my girls on the phone, it's called My Hitters. A hitter is a shooter.
Right.
I don't expect for any of my girls to shoot somebody unless we are in imminent danger and something major is happening, right? So
unless
I know
they shoot
the difference.
They shot when they see a handsome.
Yeah, absolutely, because they will shoot their
and
shot.
You educate that. I mean,
but I'm just saying you have to know the difference, and so that's what I say to my boys. And mind you, like I said, I know all the words, and so one time they put the CD in of the curse words and hit the button, and we're in the car and they think they're getting me, right? And all the curse words come on, and I go, that's what you want to play in front of your aunt? Right? That's what you want to play. So every once in a while, I have to hit them and knock them with, in case you didn't know, I'm the best deep throater there is.
Right.
Oh my God, you can't say that. Then they're disgusted, right? Like, because some song they put on or some, song they thought they were telling me about, or some Shauna, I will never forget it, getting some, I was getting some, and I was like, don't you ever get it twisted, right? Like, and then they're like, okay, we give. We thought we were trying to embarrass you.
Can you turn the kids, Bob?
Right. You got it. Like, we thought we were getting you, but we're done.
Does it really bother you, like, for the... I mean, see, I don't know. It doesn't. I think because I've been in the music industry for so long, and we've always had to fight when people say that rap music made me do this. No, it didn't, because there's violence. Have you ever watched, like, cartoons, Tom and Jerry?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Tom
they
and
knock
Jerry.
Each other.
Jerry will push a piano out the window on Tom's head.
Bugs Bunny, the Three Stooges, they hit each other in the stomach.
But how
and the
many
head?
kids run to go push a piano out the? They know it's entertainment.
Well, we
kids
don't
aren't
have
stupid. Kids are smart. Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Right. Kids are smart.
Country Club Hills.
No, absolutely.
Right.
They know the difference, and
I'm
that's why.
That's
why.
cartoons,
even with this, right? Even with this remote learning,
Actually, I
and
did have a piano.
we're all me too. But, as we're talking about it, though, right? We know certain things are going to happen. I always want to caution parents, just make sure that you're putting things in place that, not fear, because fear didn't always do it. Your mother, I'm going to kill you if you get pregnant. No, nobody got killed. You ended up loving that baby and helping them raise it. Now, I do say don't make it so easy. You make it so easy, another one will be coming. I don't do these showers like that are huge and major for a 15-year-old. We're not celebrating this. This happened. We're gonna love this baby. I'll put in on a college fund. I'm not putting in.
Wait, so Gina, if for the people listening, for the people watching, for the people that will watch again, because I'm certain that all of our top fans are gonna share.
Exactly.
My Mike Love voice. Share.
Share.
Listen. Binge watch. But what resources are available for children and parents that preventively and on the reaction side?
So there, you can always go to cdc.gov, right? But it's such a big site, even though I send you to that, but it's got to be that way based on your territory. Mm-hmm. So there are things in certain neighborhoods that you just don't have certain access, right? And that's what we fight for, to make sure that your Planned Parenthoods, your FQHCs, your federally qualified health centers are always in communities where they can be reached, right? We've started strategies in the public health that we're like, just leave condoms in the barbershop, right? I have always, you can ask my nephews, they're adults now, I've always had condoms and candy in a bowl in my house. Always. When I throw a party, if you're new, come to my house, they're like, oh, what kind of party is this?
Different party.
This is a different kind of party. And they're like, oh, that's right, you don't know Gina. Oh, yeah. Get you a mint, because at the parties there's always mints, because somebody's up in your face with bad breath.
You gotta have good breath.
So get you some mint or get you a condom, right? And I could tell when my boys used to be all the candy gone. All of a sudden, candy was left, which meant they were taking condoms. And I said, okay, cool. I say it to parents all the time. Throw them in the junk drawer in the kitchen and watch them disappear and replenish them. Start having the conversation if you need to. They can always go to MondayNightMingle.com. There's a link that says for articles and resources, right, that give you what you need to take you there, right? And then I get these phone calls, and I do say, I will tell a kid, if your kids ever contact me, and they're always welcome to, I'm going to send them to the best resource. I am never going to contact a parent unless I think you're in trouble, right? You can't hit me with a text. My text number is out there, and I get numbers. There's a text that came in while we're talking right now. I don't know if that's a real text or, phone number I picked up this weekend or not, that I haven't assigned a name to.
When you were drinking your virgin daiquiri.
You got it. That's right, because I don't need the drink. No, okay. But so those text messages, say, hey, where can I get to? Here's where you can go. Here's where you can pick up. Tell me where I can drop off if if need be, right? Unless I feel like you're in danger or something major is happening. Hey, how do I report if I think I was sexually assaulted? That's different.
Right.
That's a little different, but if you just need to know, and I know everybody gets mad, hey, holla up. Let me show you where to get you some
I'm saying,
condoms.
but if I'm a kid or if I don't know that kids are watching because they should be on Zoom calls, not at sex parties. However, the CDC would be a
CDC,
okay.
CDC.gov, Planned Parenthood. I support Planned Parenthood. They're always one of those places that you can always do it. And CDPH, right? Everybody uses the internet now, so there, everyone knows where to look up sex tested condoms and just a plethora of things pop up. And again, that's always based because what's in it for the black people is for all the black people around the world.
Amen.
So it's hard to say like, oh, go to cdph.gov or .com because that's going to be for the city, right?
Gotcha.
And if you're in the suburbs, then you need to go to IDPH or Cook County Health Department of Public Health. So all of those different places pop up, but you can always Google it. But again, I'm trying to create a portal that is going to reach everyone, but it's just impossible, right?
Sure.
Like if you're in Montana, I don't have the resources for Montana, right? So I'm always looking for people in Montana to like the page because then I make those connections and you give me one. But again, it's always going to be maybe some big city. It's going to be in Billings or in Butte, right? And you could be in Hannibal, Montana, and not have those resources. So but we're always working on it.
Yeah.
We're always working to keep it going because those numbers are the highest around the world. So the next time your kid is at home doing their homework on Zoom, just make sure that they're the only ones there. And even if those parties are happening, I'm no squealer. If the parties are happening, I just need you to have some condoms in the house for the youth who may hear and or see this. I need you to be smart about it and don't mix the drugs with the sex because that's how the condom comes off and you didn't know it came off.
In my mystical voice, danger.
Get on the floor.
Listen, Gina, for people that are just now tuning in, tell them how they can contact you, parents and or children, at your website or your phone.
You can always go to MondayNightMingle.com, spelled correctly, right? Like no cutesy Monday, MUNDE, right? Monday Night Mingle spelled correctly so that you can easily find it. Like the page for the parents. Like the page. I'm going to be launching a Teen Tuesday because I have a couple of tweens and teens that are hitting me up with questions that I'm going, okay. And this will be, I know we need to pull that.
I was like, May.
Yeah. And so.
May says, real loud.
Right. What we need to do is just, while the page is for adults only, that's the way I can tell too. Like one of my girlfriend's daughters said, oh, I like the page. And I go,
uh-oh.
No, I know you're 19, so how did you like a 21 and up page? Because she lied on her age on Facebook or on social media. And while you want to be older, that's cute till you really hit 53. Then they're like, hey, isn't it your 55th birthday? No, I'm 53.
No, I'm 28.
Yeah, but you got
28
it.
28's my industry
but
age.
You've been lying on your age for so long, and it doesn't let you go back and switch it. The other part, and we'll talk just very quickly, I was monitoring some kids with this too, and she says, I'm talking to my friend. Sexual predators are heavy on the internet now. They're they're huge on this because of they know the kids are online.
Sure.
And so they know that kids are they know the kids are online, and so they're really and truly heavy on getting in there, starting these friend chats. You have to stay over your kid's shoulder.
Hey, what I say before, no closed doors in my house. Don't even get me started because I'm a cuss. And once I start cussing, then I can't stop. But yes. Gina, always informative, always funny. You're probably one of the most comical people that I know in the best way possible.
Yeah,
right. I'm no joke.
I think we're gonna.
And you learn a lot, especially through your comedy. People learn because you don't make it boring, and you're like, wow. And I'm sitting here amazed at some of the stuff you were talking about today.
Amazed.
Amazed. Yeah.
You're listening to the Book of John with Gina Lamar. Every Monday, Gina's going to give us something that I know will bless you. So make certain that you support Monday Night Mingle page and what's in it for the Black People Media with the Book of Dawn. Gina, hang out with us just for another second, real quick, before we go to break. Happy birthday, Senator Sims, Tammy Collins, Avis Hurd, Diane Henry, Kelly Fair, Africa Porter, Donna Baker, Lala Rogers, Teresa Spears, Dwayne Jones, and Tanita Lachey Brown. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. In my life, I've gone from cotton field to corporate boardroom. I've seen great success and walked many roads. I know how it feels not to have. I'm asking you to vote for me for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I can do the work that few others may understand. A vote for me is a step in the right direction for our state and our country.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday, or you can find them online at solobeauty.com.
He is joining Chicago Famous because he is born and raised in the city of Chicago. He is famous. He is Chicago Famous. Mr. Rick Party. Welcome to the show,
What's
sir.
happening for the show started?
Ricky!
So I had to figure out at that point, what am I going to do with my life? I would listen to the radio. Earl Boston was a radio personality, and I would call in all the time and ask him, hey, can you make a dedication to my girlfriend? Every day I would call him. He said, well, why are you calling me every day at 10 o'clock? You're supposed to be in school. I said, I'm sick, man. He said, to be honest, man, tell you the truth. But this man taking the time to talk to me on the other end of the phone every day, making dedications to my girlfriend who's in school while I'm out, that just inspired me just as a street kid, living, from Inglewood, Inglewood and Cabrini Green,
Right.
back and forth.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBPM.
Boys, step aside. The Radio Rookie is in the building. The Book of Dawn, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Something about the music. I just want to come in with a song. I always want.
I like it. Your little promo though, you did good. You're doing promos now and stuff. I'm excited. I'm like happy.
The Radio Rookie is in the building, yeah.
That's right.
I have to be a rookie the whole season, so that means I got about nine more months. Yeah, but I'm gonna get Rookie of the Year. Okay,
that's right.
Another award to add on, right?
That part, and then we're gonna start a trophy wall, and then they're gonna be mad. All the boys are gonna be mad. And welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Before we went to break, I shouted out some birthdays, and Gina has a birthday shout out.
Absolutely, to my sister-in-law Wendy in Vegas. Happy birthday and happy anniversary today. I know. Although I do not suggest getting married on your anniversary. On your birthday.
Yeah, because then
they're gonna dupe you.
No, you want to have your own.
I mean,
separate
I know my brother
Christmas
never would
birthday.
have. My brother's gone now, but I mean, I'm just like, you're gonna get duped.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
it's gonna happen. But yeah,
Yeah.
happy birthday and happy wedding anniversary in Vegas.
Yeah, we're not doing that on Sunday. No same days. I'm real close to Mother's Day. Sometimes my birthday is the day before,
Yes.
and I'm like, Mr. Millhouse?
Absolutely.
Two sets,
That's
right?
two different things.
Two different things.
Listen, we are grateful that you came. You have enlightened me.
you.
I again am not the parent of a teenager anymore, but it's still interesting information because with our charity, I work with young sisters.
Yes, and we have to make
Polished
sure we work
Pebbles.
with that
Those are
Polished
good. Those are insightful and meaningful because while we're teaching them and educating them, we have to make certain that we protect them and their health and what is going on. So those were all great. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Make sure you tune in to see Danny Boy on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'll be here. Esco's excited about Danny Boy.
All right.
So here's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
This came out of my mouth the other day. And after I said it, I was like, wow, that's deep. Like, it was really deep, right? So I was talking to somebody, and I don't even know what we were talking about. Oh, I was talking to my nephew, Twan Cruz, the bartender.
Yeah, I know.
And he was a little upset. You know, some people had, basically worked his nerves. And I said, don't focus on the people, focus on the person. And after I said it, I was like, say that again. I said, don't focus on the people, focus on the person. In the context I was speaking with him, he was giving all his energy to the people in this particular situation. And I was telling him to focus on the person, meaning himself.
Okay.
And it was...
I read that differently.
I said it, and then I applied it to my own life. And so we always look outward, right? And we focus on everything around us that might not be right. And I'm not suggesting that this is not like a self-reflective, what did you do? This is not that. I'm saying everything in your space is there for a reason.
Yes.
Whether it makes you angry or sad, but it's all to your good. And so if you take the focus off the people and put it on the person, what is in it for the Black people, but what is in it for you in that moment, in that circumstance? Because the reality is that life is not going to be Little House on the Prairie. Okay, we're not going to be the Ingrams.
Yeah.
We're not going to be in Mayberry or any of that ever. And so I just want to make certain that even when I get discouraged, I just don't want to focus on the people. I want to focus on the person, because the person is all I can control.
Yes.
And it's our gift. It's what we give to the world, whether they receive it or not, that matters, right?
That is really good advice.
Thank you.
Especially in this day and age, because people focus on, and the bad part is not even focused on the group of their friends or anything. They're focused on social media, like a bunch of folks who don't even know you.
Facts.
Like, they don't even know you.
Facts.
And you get caught up in someone hitting like or dislike or sharing something, and you're like, at least let it be someone who knows you, right?
Exactly.
Like, there is, like, when someone says, when my taglines, I talk about sex for a living. So when someone calls me, loose or whatever the case may be, I just laugh like, yeah, okay, that's fine, right? Now, if you know me and then you know something I did, then I might feel that differently, but otherwise, like exactly what you said, I have to focus on me. And it's not what you're going to say about me, it's how I'm going to react to it.
Absolutely, because all you can control
is you,
right? How you receive it, good, bad, not true, indifferent, this life is about you.
Yes.
And ultimately, what you're in this life to achieve, not for yourself. That's the crazy, right? Because we live not for ourselves. So it all, like, it's a what did Dana Dan say? Full circle.
Full circle. Yeah. And you and I talked about a little bit of this. We've been talking about it for a week or so. Because I'm listening to what she's
right
saying
now.
too,
Off
right
the
now.
edge.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's where I have
Yeah.
been.
And I'm thinking like, well, did you find out something? Like, how? Because I needed this.
Yeah.
I needed this.
You need this.
I mean, and you need to be reminded.
Yeah.
And what better place to be reminded than on the Book of Dawn,
Exactly.
surrounded by women that I feel secure with,
Yes.
even though we're on the internet. I still feel secure in you saying that, and me recognizing. I don't know if you saw the aha moment, like, okay,
you said I get it. I didn't take it like
I
that.
get that, right? Because initially, when you said focus on the person in a group of people, I was like, so like if you're getting beat up, you only fight one person, right? Start whooping them, right? No, but yes, I totally.
No, that's when you call your crew, and that's when Teflon comes in the building.
That's
Okay,
like,
different dawn, different
bathroom.
chapter.
But no, so
Right.
that's definitely something. And to bring it back to this with these youth,
Yeah.
I want them to get that.
Absolutely.
I want them to get that. Like when they are feeling, we just had a kid, God rest his soul, 30 years old, committed suicide this weekend, a family friend's son, right? And so please pray for Sam. But at 31, I don't know. Like, think about it. At 31, the world is still your oyster. You're young,
Yeah.
you're old enough to not have to do what people tell you. You're young enough to still change anything in your life.
Absolutely.
And you can say that with any age, I believe.
Yeah.
Because right now, even some of
Absolutely.
the things that I might be dealing with people, I was like, you know what? Lisa's always nice. I hate when people say, oh, we'll count on Lisa. We can always go to Lisa. She's nice. We can always count her. But don't think I wasn't born yesterday, and I'm not naive.
Oh, yeah.
Nice is not naive, because I pick up, and I usually know when stuff is going wrong. I pick up on stuff super fast, and I usually know when people lie. I might not ever tell them, but my instincts are like that. So
look,
don't
I
get
always
it
say I
twisted.
was born in the morning, not this morning. But listen,
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
part.
use that too. Hey.
Thank you, Gina, for coming and hanging out with us, and we're excited to see you again next Monday. Coming up this week, we have Behind the Brown Door on Tuesday. We have Freestyle on Friday with Danny Boy, and like the Book of Dawn Facebook page, we have a Facebook page now.
I see that.
Very cool. And
I
so we'll
see that.
make certain that we post. If you have suggestions or questions you want to ask Gina, please submit them to Monday Night Mingle or
the Book of
Lisa
Dawn.
E.
Yeah,
or the Book of Dawn, and we'll make sure we address those. Thank you for spending your early Monday morning with us. Remember to use your voice and your actions to be an impact in your community. Turn the page with us and join the Book of Dawn tomorrow. I'm gonna say my two endings, and then Esco, did you find that song? I'm gonna say peace, and everybody knows I'm gonna say Roll Tide, right? And do it in Todd Stroger. I mean, he's not an Alabama fan. Todd Stroger, you're going. Anyway, peace and Roll Tide, and then we're gonna wrap our way out. Right? Because are we ready, Esco? What's in it for the Black People Media live karaoke? We should have a karaoke Wednesday. Like, all in the way. Chew them up, spit them out, just like popsicles. Yeah, everybody that knows me knows that's my song. And so one day I'm going to come in here and just do a whole Week and Unruly. Because you're just a plain stoolie. I am the light. Lylllyte. I am the light. Let's jump up, Jim. I'm a slave to the rhythm. Deaf rappers on the microphone is what I'm giving. Yes, I am a rock and you are just a pebble. Don't turn up the bass and rock or just a level, because a rap can pen 1,000 words and I can paint 1,000,000. Wait, this is the Book of Dawn. What are we doing? It's not Friday. It's Monday. Have a great week. Peace and Roll Tide.